Okay, it's a wonderful day. All right, the last thing I want to fix under user interface enhancements is the placement of this window. Now, it's already been improved a little bit because it no longer starts in the upper left-hand corner. Now it's centered. However, if I position it over here, or probably here, so I can watch, so it can share space with my terminal as I'm using it while I'm debugging it. When I stop it, it would be nice if it was still here. Now this isn't a big deal, but it would just be nice when developing any GUI application to be able to set up my editor, my GUI application, and terminal for my debug window. It would just be nice. So, also, I guess it would be nice if I actually resized the window, then it came back as well. So I've already figured out how to do this. It's just a little bit of code. The first thing we need to do is track the onSize event here. So this is going to trap configuration changes. I just need to put in a function that'll do that, and that's what this code does. When the size changes, it opens up an app.config file in write mode, and it takes the geometry string and writes it out. So let's see how that works. So we'll go in here now, close this, run the program, and let's put it over. Well, let's leave it here for right now. So let's leave it here, and then we'll look for this app.config file. Let's bring that into Sublime, and we can see that it has a geometry string in it. So let's run it again. Let's run it again, and let's move the window. And see, this is the geometry string here. The position is, well, as soon as we let go, the configure callback was triggered, which caused the file to get written. So every time I move this window, that file, well, yeah, okay. If I activate it, this is going to change. So if I really did want it in the upper left-hand corner, I can just go up here, drop it, and you can see now I'm at 1415. I guess I don't think I can get any. Well, I can go more to the left, negative 83. So anyway, so as I move my window around, this position information changed. So now all I need to do on startup is see if this file exists, and if it does, pull in the first line and set the position appropriately. So to do that, we just need to pull in this code. And so after we create our application and after we set its title, what we'll do is we will try to open that file. We'll pull in the lines, and we'll just take the first line and set its geometry. If that doesn't work, then we'll call our center window function like we were doing before. So if the file does not exist, we'll execute this code. If the file does exist, then we'll set the geometry. Okay, so let's save that, close that, run it, and actually because that file is there, it should reopen in its prior position, and it does. So now what we'll do is we will delete the file. That's not the way to delete it, but let's delete the file. and then we execute the program again. You'll see that the window's centered. Now, there are some serious problems here. Maybe. Let's create an empty app.config file. So let's throw this away. File, save as app. That's not what we want. App.config. Okay, so now we have an app.config with nothing in it. And okay, I guess that's not going to work either, because let's crash that. Got an app.config with nothing in it. Run our program, and it came up centered. Now, probably an exception was thrown, and it went to and it did the right thing. So let's prove that by taking out the try except, pulling the code back. Let's get rid of the center. And let's delete the text inside. It is deleted because we haven't quit yet. We're not going to quit, we're going to crash so it doesn't write out the file. We'll run it again without exception handling, and it still came out centered. Why is that? Perhaps because there was nothing here of value. Okay, let's try that. It's there, so it got a string that time. Okay, that's strange. How could it get a string? But oh, because it's app.config.py. Okay, that's not right. Rename. App.config. Okay, so now let's run it. Okay, why does it keep going to app.config.py? Let's delete that. App.config, there's data in there. Bang, save. Now, real test. Crashed. Index out of range. On line 284. But I can't print that. What I really want to know what happens is if this gets past bad data. Okay. Comes up in the upper left-hand corner like it used to. So we'll close it. Upper left-hand corner, app.config has the upper left corner. And then we'll run it one more time. We will move it, close it. So even though the app.config has real data, we're not using it, so that's fine. Program didn't crash. Well, let's see. Okay, so if the data is bad, then the program will pop up in the upper left-hand corner. Okay, and that's fine. As soon as we move the window, it's changed. So then now what we do is put in our try. Don't need to print. Okay, we'll just undo this. Okay, so that's a little bit more robust. So we'll save that. Kill that. Comes up centered as it should. closed. We'll put it where we want it. That's been updated. That's fine. Close it. Open this folder. Delete it. Run it again. And it's centered. And the file gets recreated. Interesting. Okay, we don't need to do that. We just need to come here. So that's looking pretty good, and I'm pretty happy. And I'm going to call it a day. I don't know if that's part 5 or part 6. But, oh. What we didn't save and restore are these. And that's going to require a little bit more work because the way we got this now is there's only one line that we're using. So if we put in more stuff, we'd have to put in something a little bit more complicated, like geometry is equal to that. And the Caesar, Caesars, let's ignore it. CAESAR offset equal 1, or just could be a string, doesn't matter. And the VI keyword equal friends. So that means we're going to have to read in 3 files. It means we're going to have to figure out which one relates to what, just in case this one was the first one. So we can't assume that the first one is going to be geometry. We got to read all this in and break it down into its components and then set these values appropriately. I think that's for tomorrow. Anyway, if we move the window, come back to the file, move the window, come back to the file. Okay, close the file. Don't say. Move the window. Let's go here now. Move the window. Okay, now it's changing. Okay, and I think likewise, when we do this, we change the cipher type, encode, decode, keyword, or change the offset, then this stuff should just be written. That way someone can come in, encode a lot of messages using their favorite cipher technique, and also whatever offset they want to use, or whatever keyword they like to use. So this is becoming looking like a real good program, and it's going to be a good lead-in for the password generation tool. That would be a lot like this, except it would also have a database tied to it. So we'd be encrypting things or generating random passwords, saving them to a database. We'd be setting options, clearing fields, processing, a lot of stuff like that. All right, okay, that's enough.